And that was one of the big parts to getting the whole rec committee back up and running. You know, as we all of a sudden had all these children that were going off to the schools in Conway that had no prior experience with sports or being on teams. There were no swim lessons, you know, and then on top of that, there was nothing for the adults in the area to do either. So that's why we started getting into the trivia nights, and maybe Heather tried really hard to get pickleball going, but nothing happened with that, and hoping to get involved with the Old Homes Week and all of that. And then we also noticed that there was an area that needed to be filled for the teens, that just because they weren't at Madison L anymore didn't mean that they should just be sitting around at home. So we started doing monthly teen nights as well to try to get them up and away from their devices and out of the house and stuff. So really are trying to nourish more of a getting back into that community, you know, kind of like let's bring everybody back together. Let's make this happen. Let's keep our fun little small town, you know, what it is.
Yeah.
So trying really hard to be able to offer all of that. But it's very new, you know, this committee is very new. I mean, I don't even know if we're a solid year in. Are we maybe, about a solid year in?
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys did
years.
camp last year.
I think that
We've
we're
done,
a
this is
solid
our
year
third
in,
year doing
but
camp.
I feel like we're adding things every single
Yeah.
year, so a lot of the stuff is new.
Yeah.
So it's I guess trial by, like, you just do it, and then when something doesn't work, you gotta fix it.
Yeah.
It's a great way of putting it.
I've lived in Madison my whole life, and I remember going to Madison Elementary, and I played all the sports, and I remember that was one of the huge things that I remember from, and I just loved it. I loved all the sports, and also the thing is, like, when they're going to middle school, all of those kids have been playing sports since all of the Conway kids have been playing sports. So our kids are then going into junior high and be put into like teams that have been playing together throughout their whole elementary school. So I feel like that is huge to keep this going, and kind of, and like I said, I've lived here my whole life, and just to have this, I think, is a great program.
The school has no sports at all in its curriculum?
No.
I don't
Do
think
they
so.
have gym? Do
Holly.
they have any physical activity?
Yes, they do have
Heidi would be a good.
Holly.
I need to clarify something, because you guys are claiming there was no sports for a time period. There's always been sports. It transitioned from the rec department, when they couldn't find a director, couldn't keep a director, to them asking the school to take on sports, the kids portion. We took on sports. We had a stipend sports coordinator.
Mike Lane, right?
No, even after that, we had other people. We took on the rec, yes, but then after Mike was done, other staff members were paid a stipend to coordinate basketball, soccer. It still happened. The sports never were gone. So they did still happen. I just need to clarify that.
What year did that stop? If you had a guess.
Yeah, because the boys were going, my boys have been going there since they were in kindergarten, and
And the sports were happening because there were stipends were being paid to staff members, not
Right.
Heather, but
Right.
Becky did it for 1 year,
Yeah.
and then somebody else did it for another year. So basketball happened, soccer happened, they happened.
Okay.
But there was no fee, there was no charge, they didn't pay for it, and then recently you guys and Adam got back into wanting to rec back. To
Yeah.
make it more viable, more robust, by all means.
You don't
Yeah.
remember at all when the sports were offered at Madison? Or when they stopped being offered at the
It
school?
never stopped. It transitioned from the town to the school. It never was no.
You mean from the
sports.
school to the town?
No, from the town to the school, and then you guys took it back from the school back to the town. There's no time period there was never basketball. There
I'm
was
trying to-
never-
Okay, I just missed it
may
then.
not have been robust. It may not have, but there was basic soccer, basketball.
After
and
school?
Yes.
I just don't know how I missed this, that's all.
yeah, me either.
All right.
Yeah.
It was
I just got here
gone,
last year.
But you guys, then Adam wanted to get back to the rec director,
Yeah.
have it more robust, and get back to the swimming lessons,
Yeah.
and absolutely, we're all for it, totally. Good, thank you, you did a great job.
Well, I guess we were unaware of the sports.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's all right. I mean, I guess I misspoke when I was saying that there wasn't any, so.
Well, I mean, you're
I guess
like,
my
you
kids
know,
are
so,
younger.
I
There
mean,
wasn't
Addie,
softball,
Addie
there
It
wasn't,
might have been
Yeah.
that
you know,
gap
there
between
wasn't-
your guys and where your kids were at.
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
But there was.
right.
now
'Cause
the
as we
kids are
know, it's
playing
more
in
competitive.
leagues,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a competitive,
Fourth
yeah.
grade is more competitive for the sports anyway, you know.
Right, and you guys have involved more, like you've got a junior softball program, so you're involving kids a little younger.
Mhm.
Yeah, T-ball
You're doing
and all
T-ball,
that.
even younger,
Yeah.
which we weren't doing as many sports as you're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
But
right. Because they feel it, you know, as a parent of somebody that went into the middle school this year and did softball for the first year, though our two Madison girls that went and continued on, they felt it this entire season on, you know,
Yep.
how much knowledge they did not have because the Conway kids had it for so long. So I think it's great that
Mhm.
it happens now, that your kids won't go through that.
and yes, there's PE,
Yes, PE
full
is.
curriculum PE
Yep.
Yeah.
at school, all the time.
So I'm really glad you picked up swimming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned that there are kids who can't afford to pay for it. And I see that you've recommended they go to, Ossipee for if they need help
Mm-hmm.
paying for it. Why can't you allow swimming to be free for kids? You have one person who has just this year, thank you, signed up to be she's the swim instructor and she's American Red Cross certified, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How, do you have other people who are going to be in the swim area when the kids are with her?
Mm-hmm.
Are they volunteers?
I'm gonna be there. I'm getting paid to be there.
You're getting paid to be there?
Yes.
Yeah, and she's not a volunteer.
The swim instructor is getting paid as well.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
As well she
Yeah.
should be. I'm concerned that the kids who can't afford to pay, they ought to be having swimming lessons. And here we are surrounding a lake, and the kids are gonna go in the lake whether or not they know how to swim, and that's a great concern to the parents. Why can't you provide swimming free?
We are trying to move to being more self-sustainable and not depending on the town. So as we grow, in order to do that, because every time we go to the town and we're like, you know, we'd like to increase our, our spend, they're gonna look at us and say, well, why aren't you guys more self-sustainable? Why are you depending on the taxpayer? So that is one reason, but I will say to you, there has never been a time a kid wanted to join any of our activities that we turned down, ever. Like, if they can't afford something, we will help them. But we also need to be more sustainable.
Well, and the Ospey Children's Fund is the way to help them too. Most of our kids that are paying for summer camp, a lot of the kids paying for summer camp have used that as well.
Have you used the funds from Ossipee?
Yes, Ospey Children's Fund.
Children's.
It's not from Ospey.
It's not from the town of Ossipee, it's just called the Ossipee Children's Fund.
Right.
And it's a fund that's put together to help families that are unable to pay for other activities in this area for their children.
In other towns?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I didn't know about that.
No.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
But this year you did receive $66,000 from the town. And yet I see that there are a lot of fundraisers. I understand you say you want to be self-sustaining, but I think the town could easily support something like that and would want to, but I don't know.
That would be
I would
great
just
if they
assume
did.
that. Have you tried it?
That's the goal.
Have you talked to, well, have you given a statement to the town of how you're using the money that they've given you?
Well, we, in the town report, it goes over all of that, is what we're spending the money on and what the
breakdown of
goal
everything?
is. And, we have these meetings now, once a month, but we always welcome folks to come and participate, and we do spend a lot of time going over stuff like that, like how do we grow the program, how do we engage the community, so we welcome any feedback. And maybe we write up a warrant article next year to help us fund that program, because I would love to see it free as well, I really would. I would love to expand on the ages. Like, we just finally found somebody that would go ahead and take the
Right.
course for us and get certified. That was an undertaking. We've been trying to do that for 2 years. So I'd like to
awesome.
expand on that and get the younger kids in there, because it's extremely valuable to have those younger age kids. They're more brave. You start really early, and they take off from there.
So how does the swimming class, the program work for the non-camp people? You have 2 days, you say, so you're gonna,
If we need it. Right now, we're scheduling 1 day, and if we have enough to add another day, we will add it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have different levels?
Mhm.
And how do you have one teacher doing that?
She meets with the different age groups and
At-
decides.
At
Yeah.
different times?
Yeah.
So how long, what is their schedule?
She doesn't have one yet. She's still working on it, trying to figure out
Okay.
who signed up, how old they are.
Right.
She put out a survey asking have they swam before? Have they had swimming lessons before? Have they
Cool.
trying to get a little feedback of what they have?
She'll need an assessment day
Yeah.
with the kids to know who should be, because just because a child is 6 doesn't mean that,
Right.
maybe they're excellent and they should be
Right,
paired with a,
right.
And the
So
parents will be staying to talk to the instructor as well and try and figure out some background experience level and stuff like that.
Would the parents be of any use in supporting the teacher during that?
Probably, yeah, depending on the age, as
That's
we
the
know.
hope, yeah.
Sometimes it's helpful and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
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 So yeah,
Yeah.
depending on the age, probably. Yeah.
Not of the parent.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm really anxious to see how it's working, because I have been familiar with your group for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I do support you, and I just would really wish that we could get a huge swim program going, and maybe with one person in it,
Yeah.
we can get more
Yes.
and more.
That's the goal.
the goals are, we would love to do so much more,
Right,
just having a building for the kids to use for the summer for the camp program to keep
Or the
them
whole community.
to keep them safe from bad weather and stuff, that's something that the town might not be willing to pay with the tax dollars, but that's another reason why, Sherry says we're trying to be self-sustaining so that we can build those funds so that we aren't relying on the taxpayers to have a bigger swim program, to be able to not have to turn any children down, whether it's due to staffing or for financial reasons.
are you allowed to use a school building during the summer?
Yes.
Yes, but they would like to have their own. They would like ideally to have their
Yeah.
own.
Someday.
Well,
It
yes.
it depends. Like this summer we
This summer there happens to be construction.
Yeah,
It's
so-
gonna be a mess at school.
Yeah.
so we can't,
We're making
you know,
we're making.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
the school also has a lot of programs that they're trying to do that, and again, the school is just one building for the whole community to try and use, so it's tough. It's tough.
So it would be, ideally, we would get into a situation where we come up with like a 5-year plan, and part of being a little bit more self-sustainable would be to put up something like a rec building. Every town around us, except for, Freedom, has a rec building for their kids. They have a place to go. They do pickleball for adults. There's knitting lessons. There's so many other things that go on, because they
Town
have that
events.
place.
Yeah.
And
Just town events.
Events.
and
Well, what are you gonna do about camp? If it rains?
Couple things. The school has given us a couple classrooms to use this summer for shelter from the heat, the rain, all of it. But we also have event tent that the town is letting us use at Burke Field. So that will be, for the chance of showers kind of day that we can still be
Okay.
outside and have fun without the rain completely ruining it. So between the two places, we're just gonna make it work.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thrilled that we're getting it started and that you're sticking with it. And I would be happy to support in any way I can.
Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
very
we
much.
appreciate that.
Cheryl?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and thank you for
that's great.
asking and keeping us, I mean, those questions that you're asking we're all taxpayers too, so we totally get
Absolutely.
it. Like, we're very mindful of
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, okay.
We appreciate your
And
feedback and
any
candor.
feedback is definitely appreciated because we're all still learning and growing and whatever. So yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the chance to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for coming.
course.
So, just because of time, we'll do sports wrap up real quick.
Yeah, we're still wrapping it up, really. Today we had to cancel a game for the rain. But softball grades 4 through 6 has been great. I had 4 games scheduled with them this season, only with one team because, and that's Molten Borough, just so everyone knows. So we had 4 games scheduled with Molten Borough this season. Conway has joined a league with Brownfield, Lowell, Lovell, where am I? Maine, Mass. And they have their own little league. Okay. Ossipee, Wakefield, Wolfboro, who else? Bunch of people have their little league. Tamworth doesn't have a softball team. Freedom doesn't have a softball team. So that leaves us. Yeah.
And we can't join either of the.
No.
Why not?
Why?
We used to play Brownfield. We used to go to
I
Level
thought
in
it
Brownfield.
was, well,
They were already established by the time we had this conversation.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what about next year, Will?
It had nothing
No.
to do with that they use pitchers and we do
Nope.
not? Okay.
Nope.
We'll have to work on that.
We did during basketball season. We started the conversation.
Wow.
Maybe we need to
Ask
insert a
Adam.
new
Adam and I were
person.
both like, okay, let's start softball. Let's get on this early.
Good effort, Sally.
I go to all the directors meetings now. I bring it up. Yeah, this is where we're at. But Molten Borough, thank you very much. Came through with 4 games, 2 at their field, 2 at our field. It's more than we had last year. It's getting
Yeah.
more and more every year. So
Yeah.
We
Adam
did do-
said he's having a hard time getting girls to play. So their team isn't as
Who?
big
who's
in
having-
Molten Borough.
Oh, okay. But we had a rookies team this year, which was grades 2 and 3. So it's kind of that in between like t-ball and 4 through 6 softball. Yeah, we had 7 girls turn out for that. That was awesome. There was new uniforms upstairs that we got to use. We never used before.
That's neat.
It was awesome.
Are we gonna play the girls against the boys?
I pulled some of the 4th grade girls down to play a scrimmage, so they got to scrimmage Conway. Their rookie team got to play
Oh,
Conway once, and because again their schedule was booked and busy, so they squeezed us in somewhere. And then our rookie team scrambled up with the softball team. And we formed 2 teams, and they all get to play each other. So that was kind of fun. Yeah.
That's neat.
But it was good for them to see like how it is, with the big kids, and
Yep.
the big kids get to be the mentors for the little ones, and yeah, it worked out really well. So that's good. T-ball has been awesome. We had games against Tamworth and Freedom, both there and here. 2 teams, red team, black team. Lots of kids.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no shortage of kids in Madison to play
Yeah.
sports. Because at the rec directors meeting, that was one thing that they all talked about is how it is kind of lower. Like Conway has lacrosse to deal with, and other
Yeah.
things. And I said, oh, we don't have an issue with that. We have an issue
Yeah.
with like other teams to play or coaches for those teams or something like that. But we definitely don't have a shortage of players.
That would be neat to find a parent that's interested in lacrosse, just to not start
Yeah.
a team, but
Yeah.
start skills
Yep,
and drills, because
Yep.
that's getting so popular now.
it is. The other big thing this year was track and field. They wanted like Ossipee, Tamworth even, and Conway were all doing track and field and asking each other like what they were doing and helping each other out. Cause that's kind of easy. You don't need a track. You just need a field to just
Yeah.
run. You know, it doesn't have
And then
to be
the gym,
official.
when it's,
Yeah.
the weather's
So
not
that
so
would be an
great.
easy pickup too.
Yeah, cause
next year.
I feel like Madison used to actually,
Because we had a volunteer who was very much
Okay.
into track, a parent who was very much into track.
yeah,
And there were a few kids
That's
that
awesome.
that definitely did.
Yeah, because you don't even need, I mean, you could take 2 or 3 with you and go to,
They just
a
went to
meet,
work. They
you
went to
know?
work,
Yeah.
They did do a couple of
Yeah.
meets, but
you don't need a whole
you had
team
to have
worth.
a coach.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
Wanting to and willing to.
yeah.
it's awesome.
alright,
So that's spring,
so let's go to summer camp.
summer camp, yes.
I just
What
put
do you
some
wanna
bullet
know?
points, but just to have a little bit of structure, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to add anything. I feel like we went over swim lessons quite a bit. I mean, she's
Yeah,
still in the planning.
so just to clarify, the only thing it wasn't 100% correct, is that, Sophie is our instructor and she is teaching on Tuesdays for the non-campers.
Yep.
Wednesdays are her day for campers.
Okay,
If there's any overflow, if she doesn't have enough time on those days, we have more on Thursday, we could add Monday, you know, whatever, we could play around with her schedule a little bit. We put out the sign-up sheet the other day, we're looking to get some interest, but it is because it's just her, we can only take so many, you
Yeah,
know, we
yeah.
need more people to help do this.
okay,
So we'll see how it goes, but again, it's a learning year, we're gonna
Yeah.
see.
it's our first year, so it's good.
Yep, yep, but people have started registering, yesterday when I talked to her, it was like 15 kids so far of all, you know, all those ages, not specific age.
And that's 15, none of the, camp
Campers.
kids.
Yeah,
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, that is good,
Oh,
cause
yeah.
there is a lot of kids in camp
Yeah.
that,
Are gonna wanna do it,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely,
My daughter.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's great.
What else? Okay, so do you want me to go down this list?
Yeah.
So signups. Signups have been awesome. People are paying. We have our square going. It's online on our website. You can go on and be very specific. Click on, 8 weeks or whatever you're doing. However many weeks you're gonna sign up for. If you have a sibling, there's a sibling discount. All of that is calculated for you. And then you can pay online, which has been extra helpful for us. We have a waiting list right now because there's so many kids and not enough counselors. So we have accepted 40 kids per day, per week, however we wanna break it down. 10 per counselor, and then 1 CIT per counselor, so total of 11 kids under the counselor's care.
yeah.
If I said all that correctly.
Have you guys come up with an agenda or anything specifically for the CITs?
Can I ask about the wait list?
Yeah,
How many do you have at this point in time on the wait list?
6 to 8 depending on the week.
And there's nothing. There's
I don't think our budget has enough in it to either pay a full-time counselor. Yeah, it would have to be a whole full-time counselor.
It's a lot.
And honestly, that's that many more kids we're putting on the bus, that's that many more kids we need to find shelter for,
Yeah,
we have to cap,
At the
we've
lake.
had to cap it for
at the
years
field
now.
trips, yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, it's heartbreaking. There's a lot of kids, a lot. Kids that either need it or want it or, yeah. Next year, we'll put another one on the budget, or 2 on the budget.
I know that was a good thing that we knew what the, how many people are on the waiting list, so next year we can like
Yeah.
account for that.
Right.
It
I
just
wish there
stinks.
was a way to almost like find out if anybody on the wait list wanted to be on call, like on a cancellation list. Like, oh, so and so and so and so's on vacation this week. We have 3 open spots. Oh, we know that this child really needs childcare.
But
Can
that's
we
the
call?
thing. I have kids that are on our 40
On
list
all of them.
that are not all of them. So I have
Yeah,
kids that
like
are
I said, my
only
kids aren't
1
going.
week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I have kids that are all 8
You
weeks.
filled it all.
All of it.
All of it in.
I
Okay.
can show you.
No, I don't. You did it.
It's a pretty little puzzle because it's all color coordinated, as you can imagine.
Pivot. tables.
Because I've had a lot of paying people too, so all of those are on there. Those are all moved to the top. As I said, email, Facebook, all of it, that there was a due date, you needed to pay
Right.
to make sure your child was in.
You did, and you did a great job of communicating
A lot of people,
that.
they did it. They paid.
Right.
It's
Okay.
awesome. And if they didn't, they told me what was
Very
going on.
responsible for
And
them.
that's all I needed to know.
All right.
So if people are paying like weekly, do you know
Yep.
those, okay.
Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, it sends right to an Excel.
I'm gonna show you. I'll show everyone.
Well, just thinking any of those people that haven't paid that they think that they're gonna pay week 1. I just didn't know if those were any of those people
Are
that
they
haven't
paying
paid.
in full for the whole program, or
Where am I? Some have, yes.
Yeah. Oh, for
is
the,
that the expectation?
Yes.
To pay for the whole summer?
But we got so busy so fast that our 8 weeks, remember? Our 8 weeks filled, how am I gonna say this? The 8 weeks filled up, and then we had people taking the spots of the people that did want 8 weeks. But some other people just wanted a couple weeks, and that filled up the other spots.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
yeah,
For
Yeah.
those days?
For
Yeah.
those days.
Those days,
So
those days.
even so the people that tried to get in the end of May that wanted all 8 weeks couldn't.
and everybody that waited last minute all tried to get in at the same time, so we didn't have a way to shut off the site in time to be like, we're full.
Oh my gosh, it was nutty. Nutty. Is that right here?
Okay.
Here we go.
So of the ones that,
So the hot pink is the waiting list. And then the dark blue is paid. Pink is sausage oven.
Do you consider this program self-sustaining?
huh?
You
And then
consider
CITs
this
are white.
self-sustaining with the amount of income you take from it when you say, I can't hire another person? Is what's coming in for money covering what you're spending?
So this is where it gets confusing. And I don't feel like I've ever gotten a straight answer. I wish Joy was here,
I do
cause
too.
she, but this is where it's confusing. So we charge this money, just like for the sports, it comes in and somehow goes to the general
The
fund.
general funds.
So it doesn't actually come and sit in a rec
Yeah,
fund.
we don't have a rec.
If it did,
But is it offsetting the budget? Is it going in and now offsetting the budget so you have to take some of this money in the budget and pay for something else? Who knows? I know it's really complicated.
yeah,
Well,
I don't
yes and
know
no,
that
because
yet.
we take last year's earnings, just like every other company would take last year's earning, calculate that in, like, well, we're definitely gonna do that, and more, hopefully, we didn't charge more this year, so it should be the same, and it's the same amount of kids, but more counselors this year.
Yeah.
So last year, we did all these kids with less counselors.
Right.
And it showed,
Because you
girls.
had 40 last year and 3 counselors.
36, it was like a mixed bag. Some weeks were 28, some weeks were 36.
And 3 counselors, and I saw firsthand that was not enough.
No, it's not
No.
okay.
So now we have 4 counselors, and you are our floater.
I'm the 5th, yeah, really. I'm the 5th because
Whether it's swim lesson or you have to do your job, your rec, you
Yep.
know,
I have other things
program
yep.
stuff.
But I also already need to cover vacations.
Yeah.
I mean, our 4 counselors already want time off. Of course, they deserve it.
Right.
Or sick time.
Because most of our counselors are teachers, so they're working their
Year
summer,
Mhm.
but also want family time. So I'll be working that, you know, for them, and which is fine. That's what I planned on. Just happy to have them.
Well, it's huge that you're gonna be able to cover that.
Exactly.
Because last year
we
it
were
was
just
hard- it was
shorthanded.
so hard.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
hard.
and I'll get back to you, Holly, on that, because I'm still trying to understand that myself.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it
So
would
if
be
you
nice
had
if
8
that.
more, if you had 6 more, 8 weeks, they paid this much money.
You
Would
think?
that pay for a whole nother counselor?
Right.
That's what.
It should,
It
yes.
should.
But in the world of
Theory.
Right.
budgeting
And that was my
And
same
that's
question
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
I understand, but the
So-
taxpayer's looking at it.
Do you have a treasurer?
we don't.
She's under the tax, she's under the selectmen, right?
I mean, for this recreation program, do you
No.
have a treasurer?
No, but
Linda.
we keep really good records. We have a good,
But Linda's your.
we have a, you know. a-
Yeah, Linda's our
Linda's your
financial.
treasurer.
Yeah, that
yeah.
Linda's your financial, takes.
Yeah.
all
She
the
gives
money.
us the drawdowns and
The town.
yeah.
And
I know.
Joy had that whole
You know what I mean?
Excel spreadsheet that had everything.
Yeah.
This committee's advisory only,
Yeah,
they don't make
we don't, yeah.
financial, they write your advisory only, am I right?
At the end of the day, we don't get to make any financial decisions. It's the selectmen that make all of the decisions.
Like, for instance, the swim lesson cost, that's gonna be a public hearing. We can't make that call. So they are going to help decide that.
That's gonna be a what?
Public hearing,
Oh, public hearing.
yeah.
And when is that? That the
That's
next meeting?
June, yeah, it's like June 11th, I think. Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, because we can't even say this is how much we want to charge for swim lessons, you know. We put a number out there as an idea, but they have the final say. Let me see my.
No, nice,
Stuff?
yeah, I know.
No, because I'll just sit here and try to think of
It's all color coded, everybody.
how I can make it happen and obsess over it, but you've already obsessed over it, so.
I really have. And I mean, we could
Do you want
take
me to
1
pull
or
a
2
data now?
more. I've thought about taking my own.
I mean, you do have to consider your space, if you've already got 40 and then you go another 8 more and now you're in 2 classrooms.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And you got,
That's a lot of kids.
20 plus in, when you're in the school.
Yes.
Because of the gym, even 50 in the gym.
Even to go on a field trip though.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
50
bus,
kids, that's what
right.
I've been reserving because of the adults, 50 of 45 plus adults.
Right.
and we have to take into account as well that some of these kids have different levels of need, and we need to be able to support them when there are times that they need that extra support. And if you're just piling on more kids, it makes it a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, everybody's full, I will say. Conway, people have reached out to try and go to Conway and they're full. It's just, it's a popular thing, Summer camp is very helpful for parents.
All right, so of the signups, did we have like a fairly equal amount of paid on-time people,
Yes,
except for Heidi and I?
pretty much the whole rec. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
good,
much covers it.
good, okay. Staffing,
Awesome. We have the best staff ever. No offense
Okay.
to old staffing.
yeah.
I can go in just real quick. We have, let's see, 1, 2,
Can I see that?
3, 4, 5 teachers, 6 teachers, and 2 parents. I'm one of the parents. So,
For staffing,
Which is amazing.
am I a
Yes.
parent yet? Am I just on your back burner?
you're
on
gonna
call if
be,
you
girl.
need me?
You're
Okay.
working your way
Did
up
you get
on
your?
there.
No.
I see the look in your eye.
You gotta get
I know.
your.
You wanna
Yeah,
you wanna
I
be
will.
the waitlist counselor, don't you?
I just want to. I just want all the kids to be able to go.
Come on, come with me.
I know. That's hard. All right, so you have 6 teachers and 2 parents. It's amazing. It's great.
If I did the math right, yeah.
No, those are paid, but the fact you've got 4 teachers on there,
Yeah,
It's amazing.
know how to handle children.
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
And the kids
And know the
them.
kids.
And know the kids,
yeah.
They're so excited. They learned that
And
their
they're all
teacher was
so
going to be at
different.
summer
Like
camp.
they all have such great
They all have
qualities, and
something
they're all
awesome
yeah,
to
something
offer.
great to offer.
Yeah.
So, sorry, just trying to be mindful of time.
Oh yeah. And then this is
Uh,
the staff schedule.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
you got Courtney on there
Again,
every day, right?
color coordinated. I'm all about the color.
Courtney on overtime.
Courtney's on overtime. Yep.
What?
Days and nights, mornings.
No, what I forgot to ask about is how is the morning before program and after program looking?
I don't know if that's not out there as much, but yeah, we've only had a couple parents and literally a handful of parents ask about it. So I will put that out there again and just make sure if anybody needs to come early, they can.
Because we do.
Yeah. So that's our normal hours are 9 to 4. Early drop off is at 8. Late pickup is until 5.
Okay.
So it's an hour on each end. It's $5 each end, $10 a day for both.
Okay.
And if you do it every day for the whole time, $10 a day.
Yeah.
What if we just put them at the field at 8?
Roll them out.
Right, with a bag of food,
Go rake the
breakfast.
field.
Right.
Okay, so that's good. Field trips.
Right here.
Why didn't I
The
see
only
that?
thing I need help from you guys is trying to figure out bus fees. They're the same as last year. We have a new bus system.
I thought that you were like in the weeds on this big time.
I was,
'cause I gave
guys.
you all that information, told you to
I
let me know
was.
what you needed, and then you went silent.
Yep, that's why, because I was working.
Oh, but this is great. This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
So this is the new
They act
bus company?
surprised.
This is the new bus company?
Oh, this is the
New
field
bus
trip
company.
schedule.
Yes.
Yep,
Yep.
I've talked to Emo.
And it's been great.
He's awesome.
Thank you, good.
He said, I don't know if I can say this on camera, but he said he's keeping it the same as Tim. I guess that's all I
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah, we've been talking about it in the
Yeah.
school board meeting.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I've been
He's
watching.
he's
I
been
was
honoring all the
curious.
contracts for the same prices that we had for weddings too. So
Bus company's
I was
so
curious
so good.
how
So
that was
he
going
has
on.
that.
because it's new.
He has that list. I've given him a list.
This is
Um,
great too. I was really stressing about what the field trips would cost, and these are really
Nice.
good prices.
we were
kept it
really
down.
shooting to keep them
Yeah.
all under 15.
Yep.
So a couple things. I need the bus fees, or we,
Not the price.
Just
the
eat it.
location.
I don't know what to do about the bus fees with
I will
that.
gather bus fees. Is that what you're asking me to do?
I've emailed them that list.
Yep.
So just follow up. But it's emo. I can give you the,
I'll message you and
So-
ask you for the.
Yeah, I think
bus
When we
fees.
did the teen
Something like that.
teen movie night, which I got to get that money to you, or Linda. When we did the teen movie night, we did like a bus donation,
Yep,
and I ended up getting like $75.
yep.
So
So on top of that though, that last trip, I have been talking to Linda upstairs
I think we should go
about
there.
just doing it. Just
It-
us
that would
doing
be so
it.
fun for them.
Okay.
Just us paying for it. That last one.
I was more worried
So
about
I
the
have-
crowds than I was about the cost of it.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Oh, but you guys could do like a car wash
Yes,
and
we
lemonade
want to do a
stand. Then
car
you could
wash.
earn money towards
Yes.
that field trip.
We want to do a car wash. We did one last year. It was so much fun. It was at the fire station. So I mean, they just have the hose. Everything's right there.
Yeah.
Nice pull up driveway. So we definitely want to do that again this year.
Okay.
Maybe
I was
more
just
than
thinking,
one.
I don't know what the plan is for those funds, but maybe that could help offset some of the water country.
I've asked. I'm asking permission
Oh,
to
that's awesome.
take it out of the revolving. Just for
Fun.
that last one,
Okay.
for all the kids. So that's gonna.
So when will that go out
I'll
to
find out
parents?
soon
Because I
about
feel
that.
like, okay.
If I can use that for that.
Yeah.
And then then the parents would just pay for the rest of them
Okay, but when
Well-
when are you guys gonna,
as soon as
Well, we
I
need to find
can.
out about the bus, right?
I wanted to talk to you guys first.
okay,
I'll put it out tonight.
yeah, we need to get out as soon
Well,
as
what
we
about
can.
the bus? Like, are we gonna, we need to figure
Well,
out
we
the bus
had it,
cost,
we had
right?
talked about bus stuff before.
Do
We
we
were
have
going
that
to.
in the budget?
That was
I
supposed
think
to.
it was a
The
budget.
budget was
Yeah.
going to cover the bus and the families were going to pay for the field trips. And then if somebody could not afford the field trips, they were gonna reach out and let us know so that we could find a way to cover the field trips.
Right.
Yeah, yep.
That was the.
And I will say a lot of families just give extra
Yeah.
for these field trips so that no one even has to question it.
Right.
Yeah,
We had a lot of that last year.
yeah.
This is a lot more than last year though, a lot more trips, so
Nice.
that's.
We didn't do anything last year.
I know,
Yeah.
well, we did do some.
We did one.
But this is the thing, like, we just need to make sure that
This is
if,
weekly.
if we are going to cover the cost of
Are
the
you
bus,
guys-
this is a lot more.
Are we fighting?
Are you guys fighting?
No.
We're,
Well, I just wanna make sure that if
We
the parents
want-
need to, I wanna make sure the parents know ahead of time.
we had it figured, and whenever we had that conversation, I think it was maybe even the April meeting, cause we didn't have a May
Yeah.
meeting. So it was March or April that we decided that we had the funds, that the bus was gonna.
Yeah, yeah,
bus
you're
was gonna be
right,
covered.
you're right, yeah.
August 1st, ESY, all of that will be done.
It's that week. I think it's the second,
Okay. I can switch that.
Thursday or Friday.
We could do Friday, we could do Thursday the 8th instead. Maybe we could just reverse
It's
these
that
two.
week that they're done, but they go Aurora Foundation on Thursdays.
Right.
Technically.
So that wouldn't be a good day. Okay, so the one that we're questioning right now is the Sea Dogs game. It's a park and rec day, so like Conway goes, a lot of
Well,
recreation.
that's fun.
Summer camps go to the Sea Dogs game. And so I've talked to the lady, she's been awesome. She said, yeah, we'd love to have you. There's 2 different dates. There's one on August 1st and there's one on August 8th, Thursday. They're both Thursdays, but the 8th should work better.
And the 8th is Old Home Week, which shouldn't matter. during
Yeah,
the
I don't think
day.
So I might want to get out of here at that point, you know? Okay, so.
Right, you
All
don't want the
right.
kids that are doing the other program to not be
Yeah.
able to go.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's the whole basis on this.
That one back to back. I don't know,
They're all back to back.
like one day to the next.
Oh no, so I would reverse this and get rid of the 9th. So we
Oh, I
would
see
just,
what you're
you know what I
saying.
mean?
Can
Just
you
switch it.
send all of this day camp info that you
'Cause
have
this
to
is movable.
everybody? Like as in us? Can you send this to us?
Isn't it
What
on
do-
the
what do you want?
file? Isn't it in the file?
I still have not been given access to the file, to the Google Camp Rec Drive.
We can do that. Okay. Yep. Yeah, because all my stuff, it's all there.
So you put the meeting notes in the March instead of creating a new folder?
No, I don't think so. Joy likes to get in there and tidy up, but then I get lost.
I couldn't find my meeting minutes and they were in March.
Joy, that's Joy. Blame her, she's not here. Joy, or her fault.
I know, so she's gonna text somebody.
Okay, so we need to get the field trips out to everybody as soon as possible,
Yep,
so they
I
know
just
that
wanted
we
to
have
show
that
you
coming.
guys. Do you see them all?
No, I didn't really look at it. I just saw that.
Yeah, there was one I was quite, I'm surprised you
You
guys
know what I
haven't
forgot to
commented
put
on.
on
The
here?
water country?
Nope.
No, I'm just wondering why you're not taking
West
my kids
oh,
July
West-
5th.
What happened?
Why aren't you taking the kids July 5th?
Yeah, okay. National holiday.
Yeah, what's wrong with Wallace?
No, not Wallace.
Weston's.
Oh,
Because of all the people that might be there?
No, just it's
River?
the river, right?
yeah.
I
That'll be
mean,
fine.
there's
pretty
there's
slow
I mean,
certain
as long as it
things.
doesn't rain a lot.
We can always cancel
As long
too
as
with
it
that one.
doesn't
Like we
rain.
didn't book with
Yeah.
anybody.
Get
I
them
have
some
talked
kayaks
to the
and-
town of Freiburg, and they know that we are interested.
No, that would be fun.
But that would be one that we could easily.
That's why we got CIT, so you can build a human wall,
Yeah.
you know, in the river
Yeah.
to catch the children. That's our whole.
Another
I
question
think
with
so.
that too, the Sea Dogs game. Do you think all children, all ages, you know our summer camp ages, do you think all ages would enjoy that?
Absolutely.
the parents are gonna know.
I've already talked to your children about it to see if they want it, and they were both like, yeah.
So,
but I didn't know
We
like
have a
it's
very
parents need to
baseball.
you know,
I didn't know if I should break it up and do a different field trip for that.
no,
Nope.
no.
Okay.
No,
Keep it
Take
simple.
'em all.
yeah,
Okay.
and if they don't, if
There we go.
It's
the
a
parents can
completely
take them out
different,
if
it's
they don't
different
think that
experience
It is
being there.
different.
It's very different.
It's not, there is a game, but it's a lot about like the mascots are there. They have the
Yeah.
kids come down and play games
Yeah,
and
the whole environment, yeah, it's just fun.
it's different. Okay.
Okay, I did wanna ask you, and I forgot to put on here, food.
Yeah.
What do we have a refrigerator or a plate? Do we have a refrigerator that
No,
can store?
Nope, you're not looking
Nope.
at her. No, nope.
She's taking care
Holly,
of it.
I gotcha.
You got it.
So nope, at the field, we have a fridge.
With a refrigerator and a freezer,
Yeah,
and the refrigerator works?
yes.
Okay. Do we need to get in touch with the food pantry?
I would, yep,
Okay.
yep. And we could also put out some, if anybody'd like to throw in some snacks and stuff like we did last year. People donated a bunch of snacks for the kids and water and that kind of stuff.
What, so, what about, like, so if they did some meat, like lunch meats and bread, we can just put that in the fridge?
Those are hard.
But that's what they're gonna give us.
I know.
Or, I mean, we could ask for peanut butter and fluff and bread,
Yes.
and like little bags of chips or something.
Like peanut butter, fluff, and jelly. And
Okay.
just, we can,
Okay, so
those
it's
are the
how much you need, it won't be
combinations.
too hard.
yeah. Because we
Um,
do have some peanut too allergies, but if they have jelly or if they have just fluff or whatever, you know, another
Okay.
option.
okay,
And that's quick for the counselors to throw together and make it, because that's who's doing it, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, okay,
so.
so we'll get that set up a little better
Alright.
this year.
And how about like for,
So
do we have to like provide water? I mean, are we gonna have all of that ready for camp? Like, would you need help with any of that or?
Yes. I need it all. Because this is, yeah. So this weekend, I'm meeting with the counselors. We
Okay.
are gonna go upstairs to the town hall. This is actually your idea a while ago. And we're gonna do a little inventory of what we have from last year and what's still usable, and what we need.
You're gonna write it down, right?
Yep. You don't wanna come?
Might be at Bailey's. I think my dog is sick. That day.
I have 2 weddings this weekend, otherwise I'd help you out with that one.
So yeah, so anyway, we're gonna do that.
Okay,
Go upstairs this weekend and figure it out.
alright, we have another meeting coming in a little bit.
Yep.
Um,
Oh,
so,
I have another thing.
yep, go ahead.
I'll pass this around, but Andrea Ackerley, who
Yep.
is a teen life coach, child and teen life coach, outdoor adventure, child and teen life coach. She is offering services for children, families, and didn't know if it was something we could put out there for our community families.
So what are we supposed to do, like at the end of the day? And, like,
No, so I would put it out. I know.
Is it a nonprofit? It's not a nonprofit.
It's not. So no, we can't, right?
As a school, we cannot advertise and use the children for anything that's not nonprofit.
But can the rec as a town?
I have no idea what your
Yeah.
policies are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's her business is based on outdoor life coaching, to do things with the kids in an environment that they are comfortable in. I think that this is more, just off the top of my head, more so something that we're such a close-knit community, that if we think that there is a parent or a child that might be interested in this, can't we just not as a rec, just as a human being, be like, well, did you know that Andrea's doing this? I don't think it needs to be at the end of camp, guys, we're passing out these flyers.
It's not a rec thing, right?
It's not a
Yeah.
rec
Hayden
thing.
wasn't good today. You probably wanna
Sherry?
get into a life
Right,
coach.
right.
You're welcome. Right.
So your child got 3
Right.
strikes today, so.
Yeah. Right.
No. I don't think we can,
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
we
it's a
can
great
do that.
sentiment, but we can't
Yeah.
Okay.
pass that out at the end of rec, cause then it is
Yep.
like it's a rec thing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are suggesting it, and I
Okay.
don't think that that's, if you're having a conversation parent on parent, that's different.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we're gonna be sending out wedding planner flyers.
All right, kids, take these flyers home, yeah.
Oil
then
change. Okay.
I'm not changing any oil, so.
Okay, the last thing is about meetings. Meetings are posted everywhere. Joy went wild.
Good.
They're on the town calendar,
Yeah,
they're
right,
on
right.
the rec calendar, they're in the library, they're in, I don't know how many stores they're post offices. They are everywhere for the
Okay.
entire year with dates and times,
Okay.
which is great. I actually love that. But
We need to make sure
we need to make sure that we are at our meetings when we're supposed to be,
Yes.
regardless of,
Yeah.
Are they consistent, like second Thursday or?
Yeah.
Are they
For the most part, yeah,
back
that's
to
how we
that
made 'em,
second
yeah.
Thursday?
Are they
and,
talking about these meetings?
Right, yes.
yeah.
That's usually
Just
stuff.
on the website, log into it on the website.
Just as an observation, today's meeting was listed at 5:00. And,
That's there.
and then.
For today?
And then the rest for today, and then the rest are Thursdays. And they're listed at 5:30.
So this meeting was originally supposed to take place on a Thursday at 5:30, but we had to change it
Okay.
to today, and I did post it everywhere for 5:30 today, so I don't know how that ended up happening. I don't know who updated that.
Yeah.
I think it
Sorry
was
about that, Carol.
probably-
Were you here at 5:00?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm so
Carol.
sorry.
So, and this is to my point, is that and we have
Yeah.
Mad TV,
Right.
and they completely plan this. This is their job.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, and then there's Holly that was sitting here another day when.
When I see
So
her
there's,
all day.
and that stresses me right out. Like I don't want to disappoint people or mess
Right.
people's schedule up. So I'm just saying I would like to be consistent moving forward. So I just really need everybody to take a look at the rest of the year, the schedule. I know things come up, but we all sat down and we planned this together. So
Mhm.
just take a look at it. And if there's any dates out there that are like, then I can make sure that I
Do you have one in front of you?
thought I printed the schedule, but I
That's
didn't.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah. That way I can get ahead of it. So then there's a lot of different places I gotta change.
Yeah.
Like the second Thursday
Okay.
of the month, this month is graduation at school. Therefore,
So we had to move
a
it,
lot of people
yeah.
Yeah.
couldn't make it, so
Yeah.
they moved
Gotcha.
this one.
Okay.
I don't know where the 5:00 came from, because they're always 5:00.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are,
So
yeah.
somebody did a typo, but that was.
Um,
That happens.
Just the other thing is that we all got CPR certified, all the counselors
Oh, good.
are official, so,
Good job.
yeah, we did
Awesome.
that a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you need for?
I know, is there
summer
anything
camp?
else you guys have questions? Cause I feel like I don't have any questions, cause I have,
No, I'm glad
Wow.
you clarified I definitely was mixed up with the swim lesson, so I'm glad you clarified that.
yeah, cause we'll be at the lake 2 days, but there's one of those days that the summer camp will be there that they're not having swimming lessons.
Yeah.
Monday is the day. So Monday and Wednesday, it will be at Silver Lake, most of the day. So, but we are gonna be coned off. We're gonna try and keep our kids over to one side as much as we can.
And it's gonna be the foot of the lake, right?
Yep, the foot of the lake. And then Tuesday, camp will be at the field or the school, depending on the weather. Mostly the field. And Wednesday will be a swimming lesson / lake day again. Thursday the field. Friday field trip.
Okay. So July's meeting, I think we should
when is-
get prepared and take a look at what we're going to have to plan for fall sports because
Yes.
fall is, a busy time
Mhm.
and once August hits, it just goes. So I know we wanna try to do a little bit better planning ahead. so we can take time to do that.
Okay. Is that still set for July 18th? That was your
Yes.
original date?
Yes.
July 18th. Let's look. Yeah.
Great.
That's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Cool.
5:30.
5:30? I don't know why I don't have these on my calendar.
I
But I
put
need to
them
go
in, I
through.
put 'em in for the year based off the original calendar. I don't know if anything's changed.
Cool.
All right, I'll take a motion to,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all,
All in favor, aye?
aye.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.